Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on quantity over quantity. This video will look at the fraction generated by putting one quantity over another. Let's look at some simple guidelines which will help us doing these exercises. Number 1. Read the question carefully to ascertain which quantity is the numerator and which quantity is the denominator. Number 2. Check that both quantities are converted to the same unit. So let's have a look at some examples. Number 1. What fraction is 12 minutes of 1 hour? Now the basic rule is normally whatever quantity is mentioned first is the numerator. Okay, so that part is the numerator, and whatever quantity is mentioned second is the denominator. So the fraction will be 12 minutes over 1 hour. Of course, 12 minutes is mentioned first, so that's the numerator. 1 hour is mentioned second, so that's the denominator. Now, the second part of the rule says, check that both quantities are converted to the same unit. So we have 12 minutes over 60 minutes because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So before we even try to get the answer, the units must be the same, and they are here. So from here to here we can now cancel the units because they're both the same, so we don't need them anymore because we are just interested in the fraction. Now 12 over 60, our knowledge of tables tells us that we can simplify this fraction. So we have to write it in simplest form. So what number divides into 12 and into 60? It has to be the same number. 12 does. So 12 divided by 12 over 60 divided by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 60 divided by 12 is 5. So the answer is 1 over 5, or 1/5. So when it says what fraction is 12 minutes of 1 hour, the answer is 1/5. Now note, as we mentioned a little earlier up here, no units are needed for the answer as we are only interested in the fraction. Number 2, what fraction is 60 cents of $2? So the fraction will be 60 cents over $2. We convert them to the same unit, so we have to change the dollars to cents. So it'll be 60 cents over 200 cents. Cancel the cents because we don't need the units anymore because they're the same, because we're just interested in the fraction. So 60 over 200, we can write that in simplest form. If we divide the top by 20 and the bottom by 20, now top means numerator, the bottom means denominator. 60 divided by 20 is 3, 20 divided by 200 divided by 20 is 10. So the answer is 3/10. So 60 cents is 3/10 of $2. Number 3, what fraction is 80 centimetres of 2.5 metres? So the fraction is 80 centimetres over 2.5 metres. So we have 80 centimetres over 250 centimetres because there are 100 centimetres in a metre. We cancel the centimetres out. What divides into 80 and into 250? 10 does. So we'll skip straight to that. So we've got 80 over 250. So we divide the numerator by 10. We divide the denominator by 10. And we get 8 over 25. So 80 centimetres is 8/25 of 2.5 metres. So this video has shown us a very straightforward process where we can determine what fraction a particular quantity is of another quantity. And we have to remember the important thing, before we get the answer, both of the units have to be the same. So we might have to do some type of conversion.